What's up everybody, Paul here coming at you with another video, this time a cryptocurrency review about SmartCash. SmartCash came across my desk about 2 weeks ago and I was intrigued. I couldn't find the white paper, turns out there isn't one, and I couldn't establish the core dev team. Turns out there isn't one. So, I like what I've seen so far. I like the decentralized aspect and the community elements I've seen, and I wanted to give you guys a little sneak peek into what I've been learning. So, first thing I wanted to look at is the backbone of any cryptocurrency network, the block reward structure. What you see here is a pie chart that Cryptide has created to give you an impression of what goes where for the SmartCash block rewards. This portion here takes up 56% of the total block rewards, and that goes to fund community proposals. These are proposals that are put forth by community members and voted on by community members. More on that momentarily. This section here, 24% of the total block rewards, goes to fund the Hive team. These are decentralized teams that work on the actual protocol itself. More on that momentarily as well. This section, 15% of the total block rewards, goes to the Smart Rewards program. This is a program used to incentivize long-term holding of SmartCash. More on that momentarily. And finally, this small chunk here, 5% of the total block reward, goes to miners. So just your average reward that you would see from individuals using their mining rigs, proof of work to secure the network. So 5% goes to that. Now that we've covered exactly where the block reward goes, let's take a look specifically at who runs this project. We are looking at Hive Teams. These Hive Teams, as I said, are decentralized. There's no core developer. There's Solar Miner, who is the Hive coordinator. He's kind of like the head honcho, but not really. They are very, very clear about not wanting to have any centralized team. They want people from all different walks of life with all different skill sets to kind of put themselves where they see themselves comfortable and flourish. It really helps to embody the decentralized community aspect put forth on the front page of SmartCash's website. In fact, they're always hiring. You can see down here that there are translations in a plethora of languages. 3 of these languages, Finnish, Portuguese, and Japanese, were just added in the last 2 weeks that I've been researching SmartCash. So that just goes to show that the community is really doing a lot of legwork for the team. The next element we will take a look at are the network proposals. I think this is a really ingenious idea. This is the 56% of the block rewards that go towards this community budget here. You can see it's about 555 million SmartCash, which is about 33 million US dollars. This is just a pool of funds that are unlocked specifically for these proposals, if these proposals pass. So you can see the community requests $4,578 to fund a French-speaking meeting in Cameroon to talk about SmartCash. And you can see right now it's 93% yes, 6% no. So it is a democratic way for individuals who are invested in the community to make their voices heard and let the dev team know, hey, we want to see this worked on, we don't want to see this worked on, don't worry about these features, worry about these features. So it's nice in that way. It's the true decentralized community aspect. And this is where these features are discussed here on the SmartCash forums. You can see here 2 newer updated topics. Boom, already some updated topics 1 minute ago and 9 minutes ago. So you can see that there are posts very frequently. There are new threads posted almost every day. So for a young community with a relatively small market cap of a coin, there's a lot going on. I see a lot of the same faces, I see some of the same names, and I see a lot of new users coming through as well just in my last 2 weeks of observation. And that's the kind of thing that you want to see in a growing community. Individuals who are comfortable enough to stick around and feel like they have efficacy and their voices are being heard, and enough PR to start attracting new members into the mix who then feel welcome and feel like they have the same amount of say. So that's a really cool element to the community. The next thing I want to talk about is the Smart Rewards. This is the 15% of the block rewards we talked about. This is the system that is to incentivize long-term holding. It's really an ingenious system. You can see here that each wallet address that holds at least 1,000 SmartCash will get paid each 30 days on the 25th. What this means is if you put your money in your SmartCash wallet on the 24th, next day is the 25th, you have to wait an entire 30 days until the next month on the 25th to get paid. One of the most important elements of this is you can't take any money at all out of that address. Think of it like a savings account, right? So if you put in your 2,000 SmartCash and you figure, hey, I'll take 500 out because I'll still have 1,500 in there. That's more than 1,000. Won't work for you because you've taken money out of that account. So you can put more in there, you just can't take it out. Otherwise, it'll disqualify you for that snapshot. So the takeaway, minimum 1,000 SmartCash, initial 30-day hold period, payouts on the 25th of each month. And on the website, they have little calculators and whatnot to give you an idea of how much rewards you could expect. Right now, it's around 7.5%, but that kind of fluctuates relative to block reward. But all in all, hey, it's going to beat what you get in most Western banks. This is the SmartCash web wallet. Now, you can see here there's an Android version. This is in beta. It was released while I was checking out the website. So just in the last 2 weeks this has come out. I have to say, it's sleek, it's straightforward, it's very understandable. Creating an account is very straightforward. It's easy to transfer your money in. Your public addresses are just right here on your main page. They give you 2 smart rewards, kind of like savings account, and a spending address, so you have like a checking account. I think that's really, really beneficial. It's going to help people who are used to the traditional online banking setup translate well into a cryptocurrency setup. One thing I do want to mention as well, you saw that proposal was in Cameroon, and if you were like me, you're probably scratching your head thinking, how many cryptocurrency users are in the West African nation of Cameroon? There can't be that many. Well, it turns out SmartCash is very dedicated towards breaking into communities that either have very little or almost no cryptocurrency use. And the reason is they're working on things like this light web wallet. For instance, SmartCash was recently listed on MonkeyCoin. It is now one of 4 cryptocurrencies that you can legally buy in Venezuela alongside Bitcoin. That may seem insignificant at first, but we got to keep in mind, Bitcoin doesn't have anything like a interest system. It doesn't have any web wallets that will pay you monthly interest like this. This interest could save lives. When they announced that they were partnering with MonkeyCoin, they put out 2,500 free meals for Venezuelans. So this is something to empower people who are underbanked or unbanked. So I just wanted to give a little round of applause to SmartCash for not only their humanitarian effort, but the longer-term vision of cryptocurrency adoption for those who are going to need it most, individuals who don't have access to larger financial systems that are burdened by the physical limitations of having to have an institution. So I did want to move on to SmartCash mining, the smallest sliver of the block rewards. Only 5% go towards miners, but that is not too much of a problem. The reason being, mining is highly decentralized. That is because SmartCash uses the KKAK algorithm. This is a SHA-3 algorithm. There is no specific ASIC miner for KKAK. That means it heavily favors smaller miners. I'm not a big miner guy. I'm not a big proof of work guy even. But as you can see, I've mined 3.8 coins. It's pretty impressive to me. I'm not a big miner. I have trouble with that sort of thing. However, I was able to download the software I needed, get it installed in under 15 minutes. And I did have a question about exactly what I needed to enter to get the miner mining to my specific address. So I joined SmartCash's Discord. I asked a few questions in the mining portion of their Discord channel, and I almost immediately received help. Everybody there was super friendly, so just another gold star for SmartCash. Their community and their moderators were willing to respond near immediately, which I found very impressive. It didn't feel like a kind of empty room where it's just set up to look nice for people coming in. It really felt like a cozy place where activity and conversation was happening. So, there's a great community. The interface is very nice, and it really doesn't leave too much to be desired, to be quite honest. Again, I'm an amateur miner by every stretch of the imagination, so if I can understand it, I'm sure it looks pretty great to everyone who mines for a living. Next, the roadmap. As you can see, 3.2 million SmartCash invested. They've completed a lot of projects so far. The Smart Reward system was working great. So was Smart Hive voting. So was the Smart Hive web wallet. We just took a look at the beta version. They're still working on their mobile wallets for iOS, and smart nodes are very tentative. They recently suspended the Zero Coin protocol due to some issues with the codes. Zcoin and Pivx had a similar situation early in November. Now they patched their code. However, SmartCash put a pause completely on the Zero Coin protocol. So we're just going to wait for some announcements about that. They say they're working out some of the bugs. So once the node system is in place, that's just another way to earn passive income with SmartCash. So another element of the system is you have different routes you can take with this one cryptocurrency in terms of passive income generation. So it's really interesting. I want to go back. I mentioned before, KKAK is SHA-3, which means it's ASIC resistant. It would be pretty easy for an individual who's just a small-time miner with maybe their gaming computer. Let's say you're in college and you're not paying directly for electricity. It's included in your dorm cost or your rent cost. It wouldn't be anything to run this gaming computer and get a couple coins here and there. Eventually, once you rack up 1,000 coins, just put it in the smart wallet, leave that be, don't withdraw any, and receive interest on top of that. And if you end up with maybe 10 or 15,000, depending on how much it costs to run a node, you can create a node as well. So just by passively generating generating these coins, you can begin to work your way up into generating more passive income. So it's a closed ecosystem in a way that allows you to work your way up from just running your computer on an ASIC resistant algorithm. So I thought that was a really interesting way to look at SmartCash. It's a great my first cryptocurrency, or it's a great I just found this cryptocurrency after being in the field for a couple years, and I think it's interesting. So no matter where you are in your cryptocurrency journey, SmartCash has a little something for you, which is nice. Of course, we're going to wrap it up with where do you get it? I've just spent the whole video talking it up. Where do you find SmartCash? Hit BTC. As I said, if you're in Venezuela, Monkey Coin, or Cryptopia, of course, one of the biggest ones for getting coins. You can get them on any of the exchanges you see listed here. Stocks Exchange. If you want to get SmartCash, that's where you'll go. You can either keep it on the web wallet that we demonstrated here, or you can download the desktop wallet, whichever you prefer. Just make sure to back up your private keys. I'm a fan. They've convinced me, really, with the information they've put forth. I think it's a good project for the future, and I'm interested to see where it goes with a small market cap of, that's one thing I didn't bring up. With a market cap of $23 million, it's the 189th largest cryptocurrency, so it's really not a big fish by any means. In order to get into the top 100 cryptocurrencies, the price would have to double. Maybe even a little bit more, I believe, at this point. I say that to say that SmartCash seems to be an undervalued project, in my opinion. Although there is a max supply of 5 billion, it's going to slowly but surely be mined over time. It's not going to all be created at once, so don't let that large number intimidate you. I believe SmartCash is a good project. I think it's going to go far in the future. How far? Indeterminate. There's no way to tell. But in this world of volatile cryptocurrencies and hype and flashy advertisements, I was pleasantly surprised to find a project that didn't have a lot of flashy bells and whistles. It really didn't try to advertise itself as the next big thing that's going to upend all finance, but humbly walked in with a great value proposition, executed it well, and most importantly, did so in a decentralized, community-focused way. So, kudos to SmartCash. This has been my cryptocurrency review. Let me know what you thought. If you have any questions about SmartCash, if there's anything you know about SmartCash that I didn't mention that you think would be beneficial for people to know, and let me know if you have any other cryptocurrency that you're interested in that you'd like to see me review. As always, Discord link below. Join in the conversation. There's always a little something going on. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Paul, and we are Cryptide.